The opinions expressed here are those of the students and do not necessarily reflect the positions of Tyler Junior College.
Coming up on the Drumbeat, Eclipse Week events on campus, over-the-counter birth control is now available, TJC prepares for Artsfest, and a national organization is working to help students with nicotine addiction. The Drumbeat starts right now.
Broadcasting live from Studio 1108 in Jenkins Hall on the campus of Tyler Junior College, this is the Drumbeat, bringing you the latest from students like us.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Bailey Davis. The first oral contraceptive approved for the over-the-counter use, with no age limit in the United States is now available for online purchase. Approved by the FDA last year, Perrigo, the company behind the pill, says Opill is 98% effective at preventing pregnancy when taken as directed at the same time every day. The company also says 1-month packs of Opill will be sold with a suggested price of $19.99. Following the online launch, Opill is expected to hit shelves later this month at major retailers and pharmacies, including Walgreens and CVS. Students looking to quit smoking have a new resource available to them. The program is called Operation Tobacco Cessation, and its goal is to give students access to resources that will help them quit and start a conversation about their recovery.
It doesn't have to be done as soon as you put your mind to it necessarily. It can take time, and it doesn't have to be cold turkey stop, but just whenever you think about it, being oh, I don't want to quit, I want a cigarette, or I want to quit, but I also want to smoke the cigarette. And it's just quit one at a time, and hopefully that'll help.
The organization is based at UT Tyler, but is open to all college students in the East Texas area. Read the full story on thedrumbeat.com. The TJC Earth, Space, and Science Center will offer a full slate of special events leading up to the week of the historic total solar eclipse on Monday, April 8th. The Hudnall Planetarium will feature 2 dome shows to prepare the community for what to expect during the eclipse. Visitors will receive 1 free pair of solar eclipse viewing glasses with each ticket purchased while supplies lasts. Admission to individual dome shows is $7 for adults, $5 for children, students, and seniors, and day passes are also available for $12 for adults and $9 for children, students, and seniors. The Drumbeat will be live streaming the eclipse on our YouTube channel on the day of totality, and you can find that at the Drumbeat on YouTube. We hope you come and celebrate the eclipse with us. And TJC is gearing up for the 10th annual Artsfest to be held throughout the month of April on our main campus. The festival is a collaboration of the Bell Tower Arts Journal, International Day, the Tyler Museum of Art, and various TJC departments, including art, dance, music, and theater. The festival will offer live performances, art exhibits, guest speakers, and more at various times and locations across the TJC campus and the Tyler Museum of Art. All events are open to the public, but tickets are required for some performances. Go to tjc.edu/artfest for the complete list of events and times. And coming up after the break, a conversation with Giselle Martinez from the STEM Club. We'll be right back.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Baby, you see, you're so right for me, and I'm right for you. I love the things you do, like sweet tasting wine. Your lips are so divine. Your loving turns me on. My lonely days are gone. That's why I'm never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go. Babe, I'm never gonna let you go. No, no, never gonna let you go. Baby, never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Never gonna let you go.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Welcome back to the Drumbeat. Joining us today is Giselle Martinez, a chemical engineering major and the representative of the STEM Club here at Tyler Junior College. Giselle is thrilled to be part of the Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics Club, and she is here to share with us some of the exciting plans the STEM Club has planned for the future. So without further ado, Giselle, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, how are you doing today?
Just a little nervous. You know, today's been a pretty day so far. There's Easter eggs all over the lawn. It's great.
Yeah. So I was recently at the PTK induction, and then you were one of the speakers. What can you tell us about that? How's the day?
Oh goodness. Specifically as the STEM Club representative, I was there with Dr. Soto. She was there. She was phenomenal. We loved being able to show more of how, as STEM Club, we can show that there isn't just a specific person for the general study of STEM.
Right.
Because we're so used to seeing one kind of, copy-paste person.
Right.
And we're trying to show there is more diversity and there is more that you can see from there.
Right. Okay, so speaking of the STEM Club, some people might not be familiar with what that is. So what exactly is the STEM Club, and what does it aim to achieve on campus?
So as you know, STEM does stand for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. We're, as a club, our mission is to provide networking opportunities, outreach, showing specifically in the STEM field. Like one of the things we've done was the Elijah's Retreat, where we showed science to people who have struggled with learning disabilities and try giving more of a hands-on experience.
Right.
And we just try having professional development. We get some professionals who are within the STEM fields and some obscure ones too, like looking at poisonous, whether it's poisonous or venomous, which you think, aren't they the same? No, you'd be surprised. If you eat one, you die. If the other one eats you, you die, kind of thing. So.
Right. Okay. Nice. So that was one of the things I am always eager to find out is some kids just go to school and go to class and go home, and that's it. They don't be a part of extracurricular clubs.
Yeah.
So in your opinion, what is some of the what makes being a part of a club like STEM? What advantage is that for the students?
Well, I don't know if you met any of the STEM kids, but most of us are kind of recluse.
Right.
So we're hoping that showing that there are like-minded individuals and there's ways for you to still stay to yourself, but be able to be in a club, it may open your opportunities, because the STEM field isn't just about being good at math or science or any of those technical trades.
Right.
It's also good about being able to speak to people, being able to get what your thoughts are across.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's a great point. So you're speaking of activities you've done in the past. What are some of your favorite activities over the course of your time?
I don't want to be that person, but I can't even keep count. Every time there's we have something called a lunch and learn. So every time at our meetings, we'll sit there and my advisor, Dr. Parsons, she will bring someone to, kind of give us a slideshow as we're eating pizza and snacks. And we're just learning things from different fields every day.
Right.
As you said, I'm chemical engineer major. So biology and all that stuff isn't really my forte. So every time I hear about it, I'm like, oh, thank goodness I'm not in that major, but it's cool to learn. And it's just the ability just to be in that club and just like watching other people and learning new things within it. It's great.
Right. And the point I was trying to make before is being part of clubs gives you some type of real world experience.
Yes,
do you feel the same way?
Oh, 100%. Before STEM Club, I don't even think I would be here.
Okay.
In this interview. I actually really, really hated talking with other people. I'm like, why should I? It's terrible.
Right.
If I talk science or mathematics, everyone's like, ew, you like that? But since I got into STEM Club, I learned how to talk with them first, and now I'm kind of branching out a little bit.
Okay. Is there any in-class material that you cover sometimes in the club, or not really?
So not particularly, but sometimes we do hold study sessions towards finals. I know mathematics and science is kind of hard for people to grasp, even me sometimes, since I'm going in higher ed. It's just those study sessions, you actually have the STEM professors come and we just help them teach. So there is like actual ways for us to help on campus with like, you know, the STEM field.
Right. Nice. Okay, so how long have you been in the STEM club?
I think it's been like officially a year now.
A year?
It was crazy. It was my first ever club actually in my whole life. I've always been to myself, but Dr. Parsons had found me and I was like,
okay, nice. Yeah, so
it's enjoyable.
How did you get involved?
So I started I saw their big banner and I was like, you know what, let me try something new. Let me be a cool college student. And I sat in one day, and then that day it was just different. I could sit in there and I was listening to a talk about biology, which I don't like blood or anything in that aspect, but just listening, I was like, oh, there's people like me that like to learn these kinds of things, rather than they're being like, oh, why do you want to learn that? And then I actually talked with them and they're like geeking out about things I would geek out about. And I was like, finally, a nerd pack.
Right.
But it isn't just about the nerds. There's also people who aren't really in STEM club that just like to learn. And we try to be more inclusive. So it isn't just STEM people, but it is nice for STEM people to go to.
True. And then it leads me kind of into my next question. What are your favorite moments over the past year that you've been part of STEM?
Oh, I would say most of the outreach programs. My most notable one was STEM Like a Girl. At my age, I am a Hispanic woman. I don't like bringing race into or my ethnicity into it. But I was held by my mother quite often, and STEM is something foreign to her. She is not ignorant about it, but she wasn't aware of it and the possibilities it could bring me. And so the ability to teach young girls, because this was like 12 and under, right? They're not quite sure what's going on yet. They're just, you know, painting their, I don't know what kids are doing nowadays, honestly. But just going there and seeing that these 12-year-olds are interested in a field that I'm currently just found an interest for.
Right.
And I was able to talk with them, of course, with other women and other volunteers that wanted to come and talk with them. The ability to talk with them and like incite, like hey, STEM isn't bad. It's actually really cool. And we were able to do demos and different things and show these young girls what the STEM field could be like.
Right. And I think that's very beautiful. Yeah. So before I let you go, where can people find information about joining the club and possibly being a member?
We do have our stuff on OrgSync. So if you are a TJC student, there is our stuff on OrgSync. We also have an Instagram, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And you should see our posters all around.
Okay.
We've been working hard this semester.
Okay, nice. Well, it's so good to have you here.
Okay,
yeah, so if anyone's interested, go to orgsync.com and then find STEM, STEM. Joining us next is Rachel Foster from the Veterans and Military Services Department. So stay tuned and we'll be right back after the break.
I feel like her heartbeat is like same speed as mine. And I think we have this like deep connection, this heart connection in her heart, that there's room for me and mom. When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer. It's a sensory thing. It's a thing with Asperger's.
She's really good with Anya. I've seen adults react to my daughter when she has meltdowns, like she's from a different planet. And this little animal just sat next to my child and was just like, you know, it's gonna be cool. She's my superhero.
Good job, Kitty Cat.
When we adopted Lucky, we discovered all the wonderful things that make her unique.
Lucky's a little bit of a lot of things, but mostly she's pure love.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted, My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Yo, Scott.
Hey.
I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
You know what? I was just in there. The line is like 10 people long.
You know, I think I'll just...
Dude, are you okay?
You wouldn't believe what I was just thinking. I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this and I will take that ride home.
Smart man.
Did you see how that dog was looking at me?
Welcome back to the Drumbeat. Joining us today is Rachel Foster, the coordinator of the Veterans and Military Services here at Tyler Junior College. With her background in the Army as a former soldier, Ms. Foster brings a unique perspective and passion to her role in supporting our veterans and service members here at Tyler Junior College. So without further ado, Ms. Foster, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm well, thank you.
Nice. I like the sweater today.
Thank you. It was a little bit cold this morning. Warmed up nicely though.
Yes, the weather here, I'm still trying to get used to it. It's cold one day, hot one day.
It's crazy, yeah.
Yes. Okay, so I just want to jump right in here. Could you share with us some of the specific services and resources available to our veterans and military service members here at Tyler Junior College?
So mostly what I do I'm in the Rogers Student Center on the second floor near the academic advisors, and I handle mostly the GI Bill. So post 9/11 GI Bill for former soldiers and their dependents, and then also some benefits for 100% disabled veterans and their dependents.
Right. Okay. And then I want to go a little bit into your background a little bit. You have military background?
Yes, I joined the Army right out of TJC back in 2004, but ended up having an injury and was not able to deploy, and so I was discharged. Okay. So serving veterans has kind of become a passion for me because I wasn't able to serve as a soldier as long as I wanted to be.
Yeah, I'm sorry about your injury. Yeah, it leads me right into this question. As a former soldier, what inspired you to become involved with supporting armed members here at TJC?
After getting out of the military, I went back to school. I used my post 9/11 GI Bill. I really was I floundered. I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't have any guidance. I finished here at TJC. I went on to UT Tyler. I did well, but was completely disconnected from the veteran community.
Right.
And so my goal here is not only to help the service members and their dependents with their benefits, but also give them some place to plug in with other veterans, because that's a common issue that affects veteran mental health.
Was that an issue when you were going to school?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And then during your years here, how many years have you been working here?
I just finished my second year. So right after spring break, it was my second anniversary.
Congratulations.
So, thank you.
So have you seen any changes in military services on campuses such as UT or TJC?
Well, here at TJC, in the 2 years that I've been here, we have definitely been able to expand our outreach. We have a student organization that we just got together right before Christmas break. We're the Apache Vets. We're still kind of getting our feet under us, don't have a meeting date that we hold to, but just someplace where we can get together, have lunch together, and know somebody else who's going through what we're going through.
Okay. And then why do you think that's so important?
A lot of veteran students, they're adults. They might have been 5 years in the military. They might have been 20 years in the military, anywhere in between. They're coming into college with a completely different mindset than somebody who's coming in at 18. But even the dependents, if they were children while their service member was still in the military, they might have moved several times and never really had a place where they put down roots.
Okay.
So
yeah, so the military and veterans services here, is there any way you help those veterans or currently serving people to set goals and know what they're doing here in college? Or, do you help them in some way?
I just try to be as available as possible. Okay. And if they don't know who to go to, then I find out, okay, if you have this question, then I'm going to find out who can answer that question for you if I can't.
Right. And then I think one of the most important things is having someone who can lend you an ear. I think that's so important. So that alone is goes miles. Could you explain to our audience? I was doing some research before this interview, and then I found out about Hazelwood Act.
So Hazelwood is available to service members who join in Texas or had a Texas home of record at the time that they joined. I actually qualify for Hazelwood and did not know about it until I started working here. It's one of those benefits that kind of flies under the radar.
Right.
And it is available to the veteran and their children. And if they're 100% disabled, it's available to their spouses also.
Right.
So, and that helps with tuition and fees. It covers all tuition and most fees for classes on degree plan, which that's a big thing.
Nice.
So,
yeah, where can people find that information from?
All of our benefits are going to be listed on the website, tjc.edu/veterans.
Nice. Okay, awesome. So I want to take this back to your experience here at TJC. You haven't been here for long, as I take it, just 2 years.
Yeah.
What are some of the challenges so far that you faced during your work here, if any?
So, well, I've been moved around a couple of times. I started off in the admissions department, then got moved over and went under academic advising. So it was just learning to work with different people. We split the benefits where I no longer handle both the federal benefits, so that's like post 9/11 GI Bill, Chapter 35 for 100% disabled veteran dependents, and Hazelwood. I now only handle the federal benefits.
Okay.
And we are currently hiring somebody who will handle Hazelwood.
Okay.
So it's about altogether about 500. So some of them use both Hazelwood and the federal benefits, but you don't certify on the same. So it ends up being about 500 different people, even if it's the same person twice.
Nice. And then could you share with us some of your favorite memories or experiences working with veterans or anybody else on campus here during your 2 years?
So seeing them graduate.
Seeing them graduate.
Seeing them graduate is really awesome because like it's a big deal for anybody to graduate, but it's a big deal for you to do 20 years in the military. You're retired at that point.
Right.
And then choose to go into another field.
Right.
So I love seeing them graduate. I love seeing them grow from the first time they walk in my door to that last time that they walk in my door.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Yeah. Thank you for being with us. And before I let you go, where can people find more information about getting in touch with you or your services?
So our website, www.tjc.edu/veterans, but also we have a text line, 903-300-5644. And that one is the best way to get a hold of us for a quick question, because I tell my people when they come in, I'm like, I'm going to answer your questions unless I'm sleeping pretty much. So,
all right. Thanks again for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. All right. Coming up after the break, we asked students what they picked their majors in this week's Drumbeat on the Street. Thank you.
When I was 10, my mom got deported. We had a difficult time, and I feel that's why I didn't get to finish school.
Jessica has been through a lot in her life from early childhood.
My husband is really supportive in a way that he pushed me to go back to school.
She came in looking to complete her diploma. She had a family she had to take care of. Anytime she needed help, we provided her help. She realized that we were here for her.
She wants to have a career so her kids could look up to her.
My graduation, it was something I will never forget. I couldn't explain the emotion I was feeling because people like you and me sometimes may have doubts in ourselves, but I feel that everything's possible.
Jessica's future is brighter than ever.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Kids!
I don't want to talk about it.
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 Families don't have to talk about everything, but they should talk about how to plan for an emergency.
Kids, you all right?
This family's prepared. Get tips and resources to make your family's emergency plan. Go to nyc.gov/readyny or call 311 for more information.
Welcome back to the Drumbeat. We have one last story for you. On this week's Drumbeat on the Street, we asked students what they chose to major in and why.
So my major is, I guess, basically music. The reason I picked music is because it was one of the few things that I was able to pick up and be very good at, like instantly. So here I am.
So I'm a history major, but originally I wanted to become an architect. But after digging into and researching how long that would take, and how much time and effort and money that was going to require, I decided to follow my other ideas in past career, which was coaching and teaching. And for teaching, I wanted to focus on actually teaching instead of the coaching side. So I always enjoyed history in school, and I wanted to be able to offer that to future generations.
So my major is sonography. It's diagnostic medical sonography. That's the full name. I picked this because I have always wanted to go into the health field. And then I really fell in love with helping women with their bodies and learning about their disorders and stuff like that. And so this job gives me the non-medical school route to be able to help women with these.
My major is accounting, and I went with this major because at first I started, oh yeah, let me do healthcare. Then I was like, I'm not good at that. So then as I went on, I was like, oh yeah, I'm good at math. And I also want to be in a business environment. I like sitting at a desk and typing and telling people what to do. So it's like, hey, accounting is perfect.
That does it for us here at the Drumbeat. Thank you for joining us today. And remember, you can always find the latest news at thedrumbeat.com or by downloading the Drumbeat app.
The opinions expressed here are those of the students and do not necessarily reflect the positions of Tyler Junior College.